I am ready to turn the page and pick up with adverbs. But first I need to draw my chart. I'm sure you guys are experts at this now. Obviously better than I am. So let's make 3 columns. The first one is that skinny column and then divide those two. This is a very helpful study skill that I used in college. I kept some of my college notes. If you go back to those, you see lots of these charts. They really helped me to organize my thoughts. Parts of speech go in the first column. The purpose and type, if there are different types, go in this column. And then examples. Speaking of college, if you are planning to go on to college, or maybe that's why you're watching this video, keep these notes because this same information is going to come up at the college level and you will have a reference that you're already familiar with. So I could encourage you strongly to put these notes in a safe place if you are planning on going to further your education in any way, or even if you have children who might be coming along who want to study these for some reason. Okay, the part of speech is adverb. The purpose is of an adverb, the purpose of an adverb, I can't speak today for some reason, is to describe a verb. Remember, adjectives describe nouns, adverbs describe verbs. The way I remembered this is that they add to a verb. They answer 3 questions: when, where, and how. So example of when: tomorrow, later. Where things may be. There. My grandmother used this one all the time. Over yonder. That's one that I remembered. It's a funny word, and that's why I could remember that it's an adverb. That helped me remember place. Where. How. Quickly. Slowly. Fast. When you're looking for adverbs, look for words that end in ly. A lot, not all, but a lot of adverbs end in ly, in ly. So that's a good one to watch for. If the word ends in ly, it is probably an adverb. I never say always, not with the English language, because there are always exceptions in English, but usually you're looking at an adverb. And that is really all that we need to look at. Let me give you just a few more here. TOO is an adverb. The word well is an adverb. I'm trying to think of any others. You could also add a couple of questions here. To what extent? Very would be an adverb. I'm very tired today. That tells to what extent I'm tired. And even why could be a question that adverbs answer. Okay, let's go ahead and draw a line here. And the next part of speech is one of my favorites. It's a conjunction. And when I think about the word conjunction, I think about a junction on the highway. What happens at a junction on an interstate. It's where several interstates come together, where they're joined together. And that's exactly what a conjunction does. It joins words, phrases, or sentences. And here's an example. We'll do an example of each one of them. Coffee or tea. There's the conjunction. Here's a phrase. Water. Well, actually, this is not a phrase. This is still a group of words. Sorry. Water, coffee, or tea. Do you see what happens when I add that third piece into that series? We also have to add the commas into the series. Here is an example of joining phrases. On the roof and on the walk. Maybe we're talking about where the leaves are falling this year. They're falling on the roof, that's a phrase, and on the walk. There's the conjunction. And. Let me show you how to join two sentences. And I think to keep all these from running together, I'm going to separate them. I don't want you to look at this later and think that these all go together somehow. They're just examples I'm pulling out of thin air. I, let's use a pronoun, bought a new car, but I miss my old one. In this case, the junction is between two sentences. And you notice that comma is there too. If you're joining two sentences, you need a comma. If you're joining three things or more in a list, you need a comma. So sometimes the commas need to go with the conjunction. There are 7 basic conjunctions, and let me give you a way to remember those. I saw these years ago in a textbook. This is not my idea, but it has worked very well. If you can remember the acronym BOYS FAN, and this was probably a high school textbook, I can't remember. But if you can remember that acronym, you can remember the 7 basic conjunctions. You have but, or, yet, so, for, and nor. And of course, if you write those in everyday language, you do not capitalize them. The acronym is capitalized, but the conjunctions would not be. With nor, you will very often use neither. With or, you very often use either or either. You can pronounce it either way. Are there any others that I need to tell you about? Yes, there are. The word because is a conjunction. Let me just put it right here. It doesn't go with neither and nor. I'm just looking for space to put it in there. However would be another one that you might see. And there are others, especially at more advanced levels, college level writing, you will use more advanced conjunctions. But those are some examples. If you can remember Boys Fan, you can remember the 7 basic ones. Those are the ones that you will see most often, and I think is by far the most common one. It's in lots and lots of English sentences. Okay, can I squeeze in? Let's go ahead and do interjection right here. So I want to put a line and tell you about the interjection. This one is not very common, but it is one of the parts of speech and we need to talk about it. This is one word, but I can't fit it all in here, so if you can, that's great. But interjection is the name of the part of speech. Its purpose is to show emotion or feeling. And I'm going to go ahead and say strong feeling. Words like ouch, hooray, wow, oops, and phrases like oh no. Those are interjections, and you've probably noticed that interjections have exclamation points because they are showing strong feeling or emotion. Words like stop. If you see a car that is about to run a red light, you might yell stop. You might also yell stop if someone is annoying you. So the emotion there could be fear if you're about to run a red light. Could also be anger if someone is annoying you. Excitement, anger, fear, pain, those are strong emotions that get that exclamation point. Okay, I am to the end of the page, so I'll stop the video. I believe we have one more part of speech. Let me count them. We've done nouns, pronouns, and adjectives, verbs, and adverbs. Yes, we have one more, and that's the preposition. So I'll show you that one in the next clip.